Welcome to Sportpen.
Great to be here.
Today, we're really getting into it, taking a deep dive into the making of, well, a true sports legend, Michael Jordan.
Absolutely. MJ.
We're not just going to, list the highlights. We want to trace those moments, the critical junctures, the almost unbelievable drive, and those performances that, well, they changed the game. They shifted what we thought was even possible.
It's more than just stats, isn't it? It's about how someone becomes an icon.
Exactly. So we'll be unpacking what really defines sports greatness.
Yeah.
And how certain athletes just rewrite history.
In Jordan's story, it's this amazing mix of like early influences, those make or break moments, and just a competitive fire that, well, it seemed unmatched.
Totally. Okay, so let's rewind. Back to the beginning. Born February 63, Brooklyn.
Right, but grew up mostly in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. His mom, Dolores, she was a bank teller, later an author. His dad, James, started in maintenance, became a manager at GE.
And he wasn't an only child, right? Middle of 5 kids.
Right in the middle. James Jr. or Ronnie, Dolores, Larry, Roslyn. You just got to wonder about the competition around that dinner table.
Well, for sure. Family dynamics, they play such a huge role, often overlooked, I think.
Definitely. And we know his dad, James, actually built a basketball court in the backyard.
Which tells you something, doesn't it? It suggests, encouragement, activity, sure, but probably those intense head-to-head battles that really fuel competitors.
And those battles were real. He apparently idolized his older brother, Larry. Their one-on-one games were supposedly legendary in the family. Imagine that kind of intensity just for bragging rights at home.
That sibling rivalry, it can be incredibly formative. It's like a constant measuring stick, pushes you constantly. You're not just playing some random opponent.
You're playing against family?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, here's something wild, especially looking back.
Okay.
Michael Jordan, gets cut from his high school JV team. Sophomore year.
It's almost hard to believe now.
He wasn't even 6 feet tall yet. It's kind of funny, knowing what came next.
But it's also, proof that early setbacks aren't the whole story, right? Being told no, basically.
Yeah.
That clearly lit a fire. That disappointment, that failure, it seemed to kickstart this massive growth spurt physically, but also in his, sheer determination. He didn't just accept it.
No way. He doubled down, worked harder. And then, summer of 1980, he's at a basketball camp.
And catches the eye of Dean Smith.
The legend himself.
Yeah.
From UNC. And bang, by 81, he signs his letter of intent with North Carolina. Talk about turning things around.
And he wasn't just a bench warmer at UNC either. He jumped right in, became a key part of the team almost immediately.
Yeah, which says a lot about his readiness for that next level, even as a freshman.
Totally.
And then 82, freshman year, UNC wins the whole NCAA Division I championship.
Big stage.
Huge stage. And guess who hits the final game-winning shot against Georgetown?
Has to be him.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Freshman. Ice cold.
That moment, it's so pivotal. Doing that under that pressure so early, it's not just making one shot. It builds incredible confidence, sends a message.
Definitely. And it wasn't a fluke. He gets named NCAA College Player of the Year in 83 and 84. Consistent dominance.
He established himself pretty quickly as something special.
So after that college career, naturally the NBA calls the 1984 draft.
Yeah.
Man, what a draft class.
Legendary.
Hakeem Olajuwon goes first. Then Sam Bowie second.
Ah, Bowie. The Trailblazers pick.
Yep. And then Chicago Bulls snag Jordan at number 3.
Incredible value at third pick in hindsight.
Oh, absolutely. And you also had Sam Perkins at 4, Charles Barkley at 5, John Stockton way down at 16.
Even Clark Kellogg went in that first round to the Celtics. Must have been some intense debates in those draft rooms.
You think. Imagine passing on Jordan.
Well, Olajuwon was the consensus number 1. Very few argued that at the time. But yeah, looking back, it just shows you how hard it is to predict greatness. Those intangibles Jordan had.
And he didn't wait around to show them. Wins Rookie of the Year, 84-85 season.
Didn't just have a good year, he announced his arrival loudly.
Like, here I am. A force right out of the gate.
Yeah, that rookie season really hinted at everything to come. The athleticism, the scoring, that competitive fire. It was all there from day one.
And think about this stat. He's the first player ever to win Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and MVP over his career.
That just highlights the complete package he was. Impact on both ends of the floor.
Let's talk hardware then. 6 NBA championships with the Bulls.
2 separate three-peats, 91, 93, then 96, 98. Just dominant stretches.
5 regular season MVPs, 6 finals MVPs, 10 scoring titles.
It's It's staggering, really, the sheer volume of it all. Winning one title is hard enough.
Let alone 6 as the main guy.
Right. That takes unbelievable talent, but also, like, mental strength and leadership.
And like you said, it wasn't just scoring. Defensive Player of the Year in 87-88.
And get this, he led the league in scoring and won Defensive Player of the Year in that same season.
Which was unique at the time.
Yeah, and he led the league in both scoring and steals multiple times. 88, 90, 93.
That two-way impact. It's so rare, like being the best striker and the best defender in soccer.
Exactly, controlling both ends. That's what the truly great ones do. He wasn't just scoring, he was actively making life miserable for the other team's offense.
10 times All-NBA first team. 9 times All-Defensive first team.
Just year after year of elite performance, consistency.
A lock for the All-Decade teams in the 80s and 90s. Named one of the 50 greatest in 96, then the 75th anniversary team in 2021. No brainers, really.
And those Bulls teams themselves were legendary. The 91-92 team, 67 wins.
And then the 95-96 monster. 72 wins and 10 losses.
Still debated as possibly the greatest single-season team ever. Both are always in that top 10 teams conversation.
And they talked about their suffocating offense. What did that really mean?
It was about efficiency. High percentage shots, very few turnovers, even though Jordan had the ball so much. It speaks to his smarts, his control, and the team's discipline under Phil Jackson.
Okay, then comes maybe the biggest shocker in sports history.
Yeah.
1993, after the first 3,
He retired.
walks away at the absolute peak to play baseball.
It was stunning. Nobody saw it coming. To leave the top of one sport for another, one he hadn't played seriously since he was a kid.
Shows a different kind of drive, maybe. A need for a new challenge, even if the odds were totally against him.
Definitely unique. He played for the Birmingham Barons, White Sox minor league team, in 94. Outfielder.
And you can't forget Space Jam in 96.
Uh-huh. Right. Which kind of cleverly wove that whole baseball adventure into a story.
Talk about turning a weird career detour into a pop culture moment.
It absolutely became a cultural touchstone. Made him even bigger than basketball, somehow.
But the court called him back.
I'm back! The famous facts.
Simple as that. Returns to the Bulls, and what happens?
Another three-peat, 96, 97, 98.
And finals MVP all 3 times again. It was like he never left.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable.
Taking that much time off, then coming back and immediately dominating again, it just added to the myth. Made him seem almost superhuman. The Last Dance documentary really captured that intensity, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Brilliant look inside that final championship run. Then, okay, another retirement in 99. From the Bulls, anyway.
Seemed final that time.
But nope. Comes back again. With the Washington Wizards at age 38.
Which was pretty unexpected, too.
Plays until he's 40. Finally retires for good in April 2003. And even then, he becomes the first 40-year-old to score 40 points in an NBA game.
The man just refused to fade quietly. That longevity, performing at a high level even when, the physical gifts weren't quite the same, that's dedication. And basketball IQ.
But his impact, it goes so far beyond the court, doesn't it?
Oh, massively. The whole Air Jordan thing with Nike, that wasn't just an endorsement deal.
No, it was a partnership. Co-developed products, it created a global empire. Still massive today.
It completely changed the game for athlete branding, developing signature lines, the storytelling. Think about the Be Like Mike commercials.
Iconic.
Right. They built this incredible brand loyalty, showed how performance and style could merge and become, culture.
And they were smart about it. Using scarcity, exclusivity, making those shoes must-have items.
Pure marketing genius. And the brand keeps evolving but holds on to that heritage. It's a masterclass, really.
Then there's his post-playing career stuff, too. Majority owner, chairman of the Charlotte Hornets.
Staying involved in the game at the highest level, just in a different capacity.
And his foundation, the Michael Jordan Foundation. Philanthropy, giving back, education, youth development, using that platform.
Which is important, leveraging that success for, positive impact.
Globally, his name recognition is just insane.
Yeah.
He wasn't just a basketball player. He was and is a worldwide cultural figure.
Yeah, influencing fashion, entertainment, everything. You hear stories about people in remote parts of the world who knew who Michael Jordan was, even with limited media access back then.
He's up there with maybe Babe Ruth, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jackson even.
Yeah.
That level of just universal fame.
It's a good point. And you wonder if that kind of singular global superstardom is even possible anymore with how fragmented media is today.
Interesting thought. He kind of unified global attention in a way that's maybe harder now.
Potentially, yeah.
Let's circle back to that mindset, that
Yeah.
competitiveness.
Yeah.
We hear about Kobe's Mamba mentality. how did Jordan's compare? What fueled him?
Both were obviously obsessed with winning, hyper-competitive. But Jordan, sometimes it felt like he almost had to, invent reasons to be motivated.
Keep up slights, yeah. Find an edge anywhere.
Exactly. Create little narratives in his head to push himself even harder. Whether it was real or imagined, it worked. The common thread is just never accepting losing. Ever.
And despite handling the ball so much, scoring so much, his turnover rate was surprisingly low.
Yeah, that speaks to control, precision. It wasn't just wild athleticism. It was calculated. Smart basketball.
And those early years with the Bulls, they'd lost in the playoffs. To the Pistons, mostly.
The Jordan rules.
Right. But it seems like those losses were actually crucial. He had to learn how to win.
Absolutely. You often learn more from failing than from winning easily. Those defeats clearly fueled him, forced him and the team to adapt, get stronger, figure it out. It's a process.
And then finally, the ultimate recognitions. Hall of Fame induction, obviously, 2009.
A formality, but still a huge moment.
Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016.
Recognizing his broader impact beyond sports.
And just recently, 2022, the NBA renamed the MVP trophy the Michael Jordan Trophy.
Wow. That's about as big an honor as you can get within the league itself, cementing the legacy.
It really underscores the monumental impact he had, doesn't it? On the game, on culture, everything.
Yeah, these honors are like the official stamps on a career that just changed everything, set a new standard for excellence that still resonates.
So we've walked through it, all the key moments, that fierce determination, the performances that just blew everyone away and made him a legend.
Quite a journey.
Thinking about everything, his impact on the court, off the court, culturally. What single quality, if you had to pick one, do you think was most crucial to him reaching that legendary status? And maybe, how does that make you rethink what greatness really means?
One quality. That's tough. Maybe it was that almost unbreakable self-belief. You know, that deep, unwavering conviction that he was the best and could overcome anything. It wasn't arrogance exactly, more like profound inner confidence.
So not just talent, but the absolute belief in that talent.
Yeah, that allowed him to perform under insane pressure, exceed even the craziest expectations again and again. For me, it kind of redefines greatness away from just raw ability towards that indomitable mental strength and self-certainty.
Interesting take. Something for everyone to think about.
Definitely.
Thanks for listening to Sportpen.